Listen to this. I love that. Hey, I'm Chase Reeves. I'm here at the Huckberry Gear Lab to do some EDC dump. Show you how I carry. I am a professional gear reviewer. Apparently that's a profession you can do these days. Most of the time just get to play with a bunch of gear for everyday life and travel. I just care a lot about being as minimal as possible, but having everything that I need. If there's something new that I can get, not being afraid to say, yes, I really need it, but also being able to compare it with 10 others like that and choose the best one because I actually really need this thing. Okay, so let me walk you through what I carry with me every day, starting with not my bag. First of all, probably most important is my phone with too many notifications and my Bellroy wallet 3-card mod case, which actually comes off. This clips in more solid than any other option I've ever seen. You can see this thing is like well loved. I keep my home screen really, really simple. Just like this, messages, calendar, these are all links, which is kind of cool. But this app, Obsidian, is what I use to run my entire life. I can quickly find different videos that I'm looking for, different topics, and I'm taking notes on a lot more than just what I do professionally as well in there. So Obsidian app, I highly recommend. Other thing in the pocket is my field notes. So this is a very particular one. This is their Expedition version, which has waterproof and tear-proof paper. It's not tearing at all. It works great. Keep a little micro pen in there and keeping fascinating notes like, what are you working on? And so each one of these pages is kind of a post. You know, it's like the 3 or 4 little chunks I want to hit in a video and improvising from there. Okay, so that's what's in my pockets. That's everything. That's just those 2 things. I don't like to carry a separate wallet. I really don't. Then we have the other most important thing, which is just what I'm wearing. This is from Western Rise. It's their transit overshirt. I don't know what kind of voodoo they're doing with the materials, but I really like it. I have 2 of them. I haven't taken them off basically since I got them. This is also temperature regulating, so if it gets hot, I can still wear this or just open it up or just take it off. Then the pants, these also are Western Rise. They're their Evolution pant. They're stretchy enough. They're really durable. I literally did 7 days of a Utah backpacking trip in these pants. And then, I mean, since we're getting the leg up here anyways, barefoot shoes. 0 drop on the heel, wide toe box. I literally have toe spacers in right now. I like getting my foot stronger as a means of keeping my whole body a little bit more healthy. Although I'm like 41 now, so I might need some like orthopedic inserts pretty soon for the lower back. Okay, let's get into the bag. I'll start with just this. Lost my water bottle in an Airbnb in Bozeman, so I haven't replaced it yet. This actually works really well because it's easy to clean. This also works terribly because it drips constantly. So you need to have like a water resistant backpack or whatever. The Europeans think I'm silly for carrying a water bottle. Like, why don't you just go to a cafe or something? I don't know. I'm American enough to bring a water bottle around. I'll knock this over if I don't put it away somewhere. Now, the packed 22-liter everyday carry bag is my go-to right now for a lot of reasons. Now, I probably have over 300 bags at my studio, no joke. This is what I do for a living. More than anything else, I've reviewed bags, and that's kind of my wheelhouse. One of the things that I love about this bag is it's a recycled material. It's made really well from an eco-conscious point of view, but it doesn't feel shitty. And then just, see how that's like rounded? And it just moves so smooth. I love that. Then, I call these a taco pocket, all right? When you've got at the top of the bag and a little bit of a like gusseted, you know, open it up taco pocket kind of thing. Just enough organization to keep some stuff out of the way. A little like magnet flap that is, you know, stronger than it needed to be. Since this is open, let me go through some stuff in here. Obviously, charger for my MacBook. I do have to have a little dongle, and my AirPods are nice to have, not a have to have, because I'll show you my headphones that I use all the time. This is just a battery. This might not be news to you guys, but recently I inherited one of these from my brother who passed away, and it blew my mind how not only did I like carrying it because it was his, but it's just really nice to have. Thanks, Chris. You just plug it into the wall, So you don't have to bring around another freaking cable or brick to charge it. And then it's got cables built into it. You've got a USB micro, which there's still some of those in my life, USB-C, and then lightning. Then, another thing about this bag. You will find hundreds of bags that have a flat front pocket on the bottom of the bag, okay? Almost all of them suck to get in and out of. For some reason, this one is just super easy to get in and out of. I think because it has dimension built into this pocket. It has like 3D space built in. It makes me actually use that pocket. I've used so many bags where I just never use this pocket because it's irritating. That said, this is kind of my like auxiliary storage. I have my Fuji X100F. I mean, it is definitely my favorite of all time in terms of pictures that come from this of my kids and family excursions and shit like that is absolutely gangster. I don't get the same feelings from with my iPhone by a long shot. It's a fixed lens, so you're not fiddling with anything there. I literally keep everything on auto the whole time. It's just easy. Love this thing. Couldn't recommend it higher, honestly. And you can get them used. The other essential thing for me, snacks. Living on the road for a long time taught me that like, you don't know where you're gonna get the next Whole Foods or something where you can get some food that you feel good about eating. It's just nice to have that instead of, you know, chicken cacciatore on an airplane flight, which I ate that too. That was good too. On the back of this pack, you have a separate laptop compartment. By the way, 2 water bottle pockets that have magnets. How do they work? But these work great. Big water bottle, small, love it. So back here, this is probably the most essential thing besides my phone. The only thing that I absolutely need is this. You know, this is a hard drive right here. This thing's called a drive slide. Click it and lock it in. This is all my videos that I'm working on editing right now. Okay, let's get into the main compartment. Now, I've got a bunch of different notebooks that I'm working out of in some ways, like right now. Like here's my previous field notes. Again, full of little notes, things I can make videos out of. This is an older one from Baron Fig. I liked this for a long time. And this is another Baron Fig. This is where I'm like writing long form in these days and using this Lamy Safari pen. If you go to public school in France, like this is what you write with, apparently. And it's a great little fountain pen. This is what I'll be going to next, because this is a little bit big. This one's a new one from Studio Neat, who make really high-end stuff. Like, see how this goes flat? You see that? I crave that when I'm writing. I don't like to have a little bit of bubble there because then you get these little scrapes from the pen. Also from that same company, they make this Pano book. And this is designed to go right between you and your laptop. So lie flat, I like to use it like this, vertically. And this would be basically an entire video, lengthwise. It keeps me constrained in the right amount of space. I love this thing, partly because of its size and partly because this backing is so rigid and thick that it just feels solid when you're holding it and working with it. I think there's one more in here. This is probably the one I use most right now. This is a Nemo Scene, and this is like my studio notebook. Because it's wire, it's totally flat. This is called the Mark II pen. This is amazing. Listen to this. Hear that? That is magnet. And then you flip it around, and you've got a full-size pen, which feels great in the hand. It's designed to be like a pocket pen, so it doesn't take up much space at all. That works pretty friggin' well for me. Then these things are for like developing ideas, and so I just brought them to show you because they're in my life. Then 2 other things, all right? First of all, reading book. I always tend to have something like this going. I keep one by the nightstand and one in the bag in case I get a moment to actually do some reading, which most of the time I don't. But this book has been really interesting. Progressive Stages of Meditation on Emptiness. But dude, when you read them, you're just a little bit like, maybe I am in a dream. I've been a meditator for a long time, and this feels like one of the more advanced things I've ever read in that direction, yet it's super approachable. Then, these are a gift to me from headphones.com. I helped them make a video about this. These are the Focal Bathys headphones, okay? This is a Bluetooth noise canceling headphone. It has by far and away the most comfortable ear pads I've ever found. They have a little bit of a weight to them. One of the big things for me is you've got a USB-C here, which I always keep this cable in here because I can plug directly into my computer. I'm using this as my audio out of the computer, and these are charging while I'm using it. When I'm living on the road, that's just essential. Not even to mention the noise cancellation is great, and then the fucking sound is by far and away the best. Are you still there? I can't even hear. Every time I travel, this is absolutely non-negotiable. Okay, I'm gonna make a little space here because that's my bag and what I carry every day as like a digital creator professional guy. But I brought a little something special, all right? This is an old speaker box that I always meant to build a guitar amp out of. I just love the colors. But you turn this around, it is not a speaker box now. Inside of here, this is gonna take a little explanation, okay? This is called a volcano vaporizer. The Germans have engineered the best fucking vaporizer. I brought a battery because this is how I sometimes will travel. Like I'll live with this in my car and be able to hang out anytime with my homies. What I vaporize in this is not what you might be thinking, okay? It is a mix of tobacco, which this is some Canadian flute-cured organic tobacco, which is really, really beautiful. And then these, which are made by a buddy of mine, they're called Overblown. It's these different blends of herbs and seasonings and flowers and essences and things like that. So this one is called Flow State. It has mullein leaf, red raspberry, peppermint, spearmint, gotu kola, calendula, lavender, California poppy, blue cornflower, vanilla bean. What does that taste like? You can literally make teas out of these, but what I'm gonna show you is how to make a smoking tea. I like to do a little spritz, a tiny little spritz, depending on how dry or hydrated the herbs and plant material is. Then I put a little bit of tobacco in and then a little or a lot of bit of this kind of stuff. This is the worst part. This is when you're filling up. I give it a little till I can see some of the vapors. And then you look like a fucking meth addict or something, you know? It's just not, the optics of this are not my favorite, but I have yet to find a better method. Fill it up, pull it off. You've got a little clip here, pop that right in. When you put pressure here, it opens up the gasket inside. It's nice, sophisticated, elegant. It's a new you. It's a new me. It's new for both of us. Hello, Huckberry. I'm Chase. I'm addicted to tobacco. I can't even keep this at my house. But I brought it to show you because this is something that I get down with and I really like. This is my life right now. I love the look of this, right? I think this looks fucking awesome. What's not here is my 14-year-old son and my 7-year-old daughter, my sauna and cold plunge, and my fucking homies. Everything else is pretty much here. Okay, so that's my EDC. Thanks to Huckberry for getting me out to the laboratory. You can find me on YouTube, just my name, Chase Reeves, and also on Instagram. And if you have any questions about this stuff, I'll try to be present in the comments. Super grateful to be here, and thanks for watching.